When somebody asks you, how are you? What do you say? You might say, I'm fine, I'm good, I'm doing okay, I'm having a rough day. Or you might say, I'm miserable, I'm barely alive, I'm going crazy, I'm scraping through life. Now, these are the different expressions that we normally use to communicate to others how we are really doing, how we are feeling. So today in this video, I'm going to talk about how our words can shape our day, shape our destiny. Two things. One is the power of our own words on our own subconscious mind. That is the first thing. And the second thing I'm going to talk about is the authenticity or inauthenticity of our communication. So let's go ahead. So when somebody asks you, how are you? And you say, I'm doing good, I'm doing fine, I'm on top of the world, I'm doing absolutely great. And if you are really doing great, and if you're really on top of the world and you're saying it, then you're being authentic, right? You're being authentic. You're saying and sharing what's really happening to you, and that's perfectly fine. Now, if you are saying, I'm doing great, I'm on top of the world, I've never been better before this, and actually you're feeling miserable, you're feeling unhappy, you're feeling anxious, you're feeling terrible, then if you see there is a discord, there is an inauthenticity, because you're saying you're doing great and actually you're not doing great at all. And over time, this inauthenticity can lead to internal discord, can probably lead to people pleasing, can lead to us not being able to say no when we need to say no, when you're running around fulfilling others' needs but not able to take care of ourselves. This inauthenticity may lead in that direction, which is not good for us. So we have to watch out for that. Just be aware, what kind of expressions are we using, and are we really meaning that? Now come to the other side. Say somebody asks you, how are you? And you say, I'm barely alive, or I'm going crazy, or this thing is killing me, or I'm scraping through life. And you are actually not doing well. You're miserable. And you may say, Lata, what's wrong with that? I am being authentic. I'm really not doing well. And I'm telling that to the other person. What's wrong with that? Now, it is very important to be authentic, and you have to say what you're feeling. But I'm just going to point out, let's look at the expression of what you're saying. Now, say you use an expression, I am scraping through life. Can you visualize that scene? I mean, when I say the words, I'm scraping through life, I'm literally thinking of a person who's been hungry for maybe a couple of weeks, and they find a bowl and they have two grains of rice there, and they're scraping through that bowl, just trying to meet their body's need for that food. That is the image that my mind gets. And when we use an expression saying, I'm scraping through life, that phrase is being listened to by our own subconscious mind. And our subconscious mind will conclude, it's like a little child. It just takes things literally. It doesn't understand idioms and phrases and slangs. It doesn't understand all of that. It just takes things literally, and it says, oh, I'm supposed to scrape through life. That means life might become more difficult for us. So the breathing might become heavier, heart rate may go faster, I might feel more weaker in my limbs, and I might generally have a release of stress hormones in my body. And that is the reaction to the expression that we are using. Again, we might use an expression like, I'm barely alive. And you might be really going through some tough challenges, but when you use the word, I am barely alive, and then you have all of those gestures, your body language, and when you say that, your subconscious mind is listening to you as well. And what your subconscious mind will conclude, oh, I'm supposed to be barely alive. So automatically, again, there's more stress hormones injected into my body. I feel more miserable and I feel more low. And I've actually really validated that expression for myself. I say, see, I just said I'm barely alive and I'm feeling so miserable. But what we don't realize is that our words have created that effect in our subconscious mind. And even externally, when we look at it, when we say the words, I'm barely alive, or I'm doing terrible, we are attracting those kind of situations because we are speaking to the universe and we are attracting those kind of situations to us. Again, we might use an expression, I'm going crazy. And we might be feeling cluttered in our head, but we are using an expression, I'm going crazy. And when we say I'm going crazy, the brain takes it literally, says, oh, I'm supposed to be going crazy. And so there might be more brain fog in my brain. I might feel out of focus. I might find it difficult to concentrate. I might not be able to do what I need to do. And I feel less productive through the day. And I'm wondering, why am I feeling like that? But we didn't realize it, that our expression has created that reality. So your words create your reality for the day. It has an immediate effect. Now you might ask me, Lata, but then if I'm not doing well, and should I be saying I'm doing great? Isn't that inauthentic? No, I'm not recommending that. I'm not asking you to say I'm doing great when actually you're feeling miserable. I'm not asking you to say, I'm doing wonderful when actually you're going through some health challenges. No. That's not what I'm saying. We have to be authentic. That's very important. But then just watch your language. Just watch your language. So if we can use an expression that kind of tilts our language to the positive side, just a little bit, that will give a positive signal to our subconscious mind, and that will give us the strength to go through whatever we are going through. So let me give you some examples. Now, say, for example, you're saying, instead of using the expression, I'm barely alive, you can use an expression saying, I'm having challenges. I'm going through some challenges and I'm having a tough day, but I am learning and coping to deal with it. And I'm slowly learning how to deal with it. Or you might say that instead of saying I'm going crazy, you can say that it's been hard. I'm just breathing and I'm just trying to focus more on what I need to do. Or instead of saying I am scraping through life, and that's a terrible expression. Instead of saying I'm scraping through life, you can use an expression like I'm breathing, and I'm taking it step by step. I'm taking every day as it comes. And the other person will get the message. They will understand exactly what you're trying to say without you having to go into an elaborate description of negativity. And this is very important because your brain is listening to what you're saying, and that is creating the life that you want. So using expressions like I'm learning, I'm coping, I'm breathing, I'm pulling myself back together, or I'm slowly asking the universe to send me the support that I need. Or if nothing else, I'm just praying that I get the help that I need. If you're not going through, if you're not doing very well health-wise, you can say that my health has been having some challenges, and I'm praying that I'm able to cope up with that. That's perfectly fine. So when you use an expression which is a little bit tilt on the positive side, your brain is listening to your message, your body is listening to your message, and you are able to get the support you need, the resources you need, both internal and external, to cope with the challenges that you're going through. And your brain, instead of releasing stress hormones, instead of getting into fight and flight mode, you are encouraging your brain to send more calming hormones, more relaxing hormones. And that gives you the energy, the strength, the support that you need to cope with that challenging time. I hope this was useful. And this is really very important, that we have to be authentic in our expressions, in our communications, and slowly lead authentic lives. And also parallelly, we have to use words, you have to use language that is encouraging to ourselves, that is motivating to ourselves, that helps us feel less like a victim and helps us feel more in charge of our lives. That is very, very important. So watch your language, folks. And I'm sure there might be many of you who might already be using terminologies like that. So please put it in the comments, put the expressions that you use that is useful to you, that is positive. Please put it in the comments and share it with the others. So let everybody learn different ways of using positive language in our expressions. That is a sign of authenticity as well as positivity, just moving ourselves in a positive direction. I hope this helps, and take care and have a wonderful day. And remember, how are you? I'm authentic. I'm doing well.